evening, everyone, and once again, a warm welcome to my home. I trust you've all had a blessed Easter weekend. I spent my time cooking some food with my wife, and my wife also ended up painting some Easter eggs over the weekend, and we had a fun, reflective time. I'm really excited to introduce our guest for today, Nilu, and to head on into her home. But before that, I wanted to take some time to share with you this incredible performance slash prayer that happened last night or early last morning in Singapore, and it was done by Andrea Bocelli. And I was just so moved by his performance and how it was done in Milan, Italy, that I thought it would be great to start today off just with the final part where he sings Amazing Grace. So I'm just going to play that video to start us off with that incredible performance and song.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieved. How precious, dear,
We truly live in incredible times, and I know no better story of hope and grace than from my friend Nilu Shika. For those of you who don't know, Nilu was orphaned at the age of 14, after which she spent 16 years working as a domestic helper here in Singapore, and with the amazing partnership of her employers and an organization called AIDA, Nilu became the first ever woman tea entrepreneur in Sri Lanka, and today she runs Nilu Tea, of which she commits 10% of her profits from Nilu Tea to the Emerging Hope Lanka Foundation, which goes towards empowering women and building up competencies with women. It is an absolute pleasure to have Nilu with us today, and I'm going to bring Nilu on right now. Hello.
Hi,
Hello, Nilu. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, good, and thank you. Thank you for this opportunity.
I know that you are not in your home in Sri Lanka. You are still stuck in Singapore right now. So maybe you can tell us, where are you now, and how come you how have you ended up right now in this situation without being able to go home?
Um, I was here to do some work in Malaysia. I arrived here on the 10th of March, and I was supposed to be in Malaysia 16th of March. And uh, after my arrival, the COVID situation seems to, I mean, it was getting worse and worse. Our team was not sure that our work, I mean, the work that going to take place or not. So I was waiting for them to tell me, are we going to continue or not? So as I think it was 17 or 18, the Malaysia announced that they are locking down. And our team also said that it's not going to happen near future. So I was preparing to return back and to rearrange my flight to go back home, earliest flight. But then in few days later in Sri Lanka also announced that they're going to close the airport. So until today I'm here in Singapore waiting for our airport to be open.
And can you tell us, Nilu, where are you now exactly? Where is your home?
So so I'm in Singapore. I'm in Pasir Ris, in my pastor's house, uh, which he has generously opened for me to stay. Nearly 1 month. Yeah.
Great.
So this is where I am now.
Wonderful. Once again, thank you so much for agreeing to have this conversation with us. I know that it has been a challenging time for you, not being able to go back home and to be with your family. Could you share with us a little bit about your personal experience with um, managing the realities of COVID-19 and just the situation that we all are in now? What has been your personal experience with all of this?
So if I okay, at the beginning I was really very much worried, and I was thinking a lot about my home and the things that I have to do at home, about my family and all the people who I work with. So I didn't know what to do. I was thinking, and I know that I couldn't able to do that, but I was really feeling that I'm stuck, and I was not happy about the situation, and I hurt myself in one time, which I fell down, and yeah, it was very hard for me to say to myself that I won't be going home as soon as I want to be back home.
How do you find um, hope or positivity in a situation like this, Nilu?
So it took me little time for me to uh, tell myself. I must say that I was thinking a lot and I was worrying about everything, but in the same time, I was sharing with my pastor. And the same time, we had some coaching program. I mean, they came together and they host a video conference where I attended as well. And there was a moment that I realized that okay, this is something, uh, there are things that I cannot change and I cannot do that, but I have to allow myself to accept and allow the time to be available for the next time. I mean, I don't know how I say. So for me, it was like, I know I want to do some things back home and I want to be the helpful hand for some of people where I work with, especially the women. So, but I'm here in Singapore. I can't do anything. And as Sri Lanka was announced, there we had a curfew in Sri Lanka, so no one is allowed to go out. So in this situation, I have to tell myself that Nilu, you really have to stop worrying about. It's even today. I'm saying to myself, even now, that I should not worry about too much. I should accept the situation. And just recently, I was hoping to go back on 21st or 22nd. And this morning I heard that it's not going to be happen soon. It's going to be only on probably in early May. Our airport will be opening. So we really don't know what's going to happen. Even I plan very much things. I really don't know what's going to happen next. So I just have to uh, be alive, live this moment, and accept what is the situation now. And most importantly, stay in this home. And in Singapore, is also they have announced a circuit breaker, so we are not allowed to go out. So yeah.
Yeah. So the last time that you were with us here in Singapore, we had a wonderful high tea with Nilu session, with a wonderful group of people, and I remember that when you left after that trip to Singapore, you had said that you were going back, and you were going to visit the tea pickers.
Yes.
That pick the different teas that go into Nilu tea. So I'm just wondering, could you share with us your experience or give us a little bit of an update about your trip when you went to visit them, when you went back?
Oh, it was in early January. We did this trip to Noor Elia to distribute the school material for children and to visit the tea plantation. So it was Labukele tea plantation that we visited, and we distribute around 80 students with the school materials. And also I visited their school. So some of the students, really, you can see the picture. Yeah, I was going there. You can, these children, they have to travel quite a long journey to come to the school. Some so I went to the nearest one, but there are some students who climb the 1,750 steps, uh, or up and down, or you have two choices. One is to climb up and down, or you take the road is around 5 to 6 kilometers. It's not a nice road though. So you have to come and go on that road to go to school. So you have to wake up around uh, 5, 5 around 5 o'clock, 5 a.m. To go to school, and you come back home only about again in 5 to 6 p.m. So yeah, they are very amazing, and they don't give up. They do go to school. So we hope some of the primary school that we visited, they don't have a library. So we hope, and actually there was a plan at the end of this year in December to build a library for them.
And again, sorry, just to clarify, so the children are the children of the different tea pickers in the
Yes,
plantation.
yes.
And maybe you can also share with us, Nilu, through the foundation that is tagged to Nilu Tea, how are the tea pickers also being helped in the process? Because I know that you had shared before regarding like how the effort to build their homes and some of these things.
So what we had initially planned is mainly Emerging Hope stand for empowering and educating to start their own micro business, so that they can generate some income for their family that can help them and allow them to, especially for children education and women to become independent. So that's the main agenda of the Emerging Hope. And on this other side, that we also hope to, there were some typical, they do have farming. Like in Norelia, you can do the farming. So this is one area that we are focusing to give them and teach them how you can do the farming and grow your vegetable and bring to the local market. That's one. And the second one is to build some toilets that we were hoping to do, and we know where we want to do, but it has been delayed for some time. Third one is the library. So for the tea that we source from the company that we have partner with, they do have already built libraries and houses, and because our tea where we source, we have a, like, something they call a a home for every plantation worker. This is one of the goal that we work as well in Niluti on the other side. Yeah.
Wonderful. I just want to interject here and say that for those of you who are tuning in, at the end of this broadcast, or towards the end of this broadcast, we will be having a Nilu Tea giveaway where Nilu will be asking some questions and we will be picking winners from the participants of this broadcast, and we'll be making sure that we will send you a box of wonderful Nilu tea. So please stay for that towards the end of the broadcast. Now, Nilu, I have to ask you, and I think this is the question that we've asked most of our guests: how has your work now changed with the current COVID-19 situation? How has it changed for Nilu Tea, the company?
Okay. The current situation, I think everyone is going through the same as me. I don't know. For me, I would say that the whole thing has stopped. Since the circuit breaker happened in Singapore, All the restaurant has been closed, and through the Red Mart, I think I think my distributor just requested today to reconsider and review our shop to be open on Red Mart website, because it has been closed. So in this situation, yes, in sales point, we are in a place where we have no sales, but we have not lost hope. We are working on some new exciting blends, and that we are hoping to launch in near future.
Are you able to tell us anything about this new blends that are coming out, or is it now all private and confidential?
I can tell you it's a special blend that I have partnered with a Singapore company, that we developed the blend in Singapore. We are in the final stage where we have decided, okay, this is the blend that we're going to introduce, and we are working on the packaging. The current situation is it's delaying us the date of launch, but we know it's going to happen soon, and yeah, so I'm very happy about that.
That is so wonderful to hear. And Nilu, can I just ask you, like, what are some words of encouragement or advice that you might have for other budding entrepreneurs that run small or medium enterprises all around the world? What would you say to them at this point of time?
You know, it's not easy. It is not an easy time. I know how hard it is, because I'm also just a beginner, and I know especially on the financial side it's difficult. And when your sales go down and you don't have any sales, how are you going to survive? And there were a lot of questions. I think I shared with you something that I wanted to say, how I reacted in this situation in that small slide.
Yes, I'll bring it up for you there.
Yeah. So this is something that I was telling myself. You see that little Viason, that little bunny that jumping like crazy. So yeah, it's so hard to tell myself that it's going to take another few months, probably a year, to recover back how we've been doing. And we had plans. I'm sure I had plans. I had structure how it's going to work. And okay, I knew, okay, when this work, this is what I'm going to do. When this new product launch, this is how I'm going to work, and this is where I'm going to go next. But everything have made it, it is changed now. So what can I do? I can't do anything but to allow myself to accept the moment that I'm in. It doesn't mean that I have lost my hope, and I can restart again. I can rebuild again, even from the scratch. I believe in myself, and I have faith in God, and I am praying that I know I can rebuild and restart again. That much faith I have.
So now you are in the learning zone or growing zone or fear zone.
Okay, I was in the fear zone. From time to time, I still go back to the fear zone, as a human being. But then again, I remind myself, and sometimes when I share with my pastor or my friend, they also remind to me that this is not a place that I should be. So there are steps that we can I mean, I can be a victim and be in the fear zone. I can shout and cry, but then what? It is not going to do anything. That I only hurt myself, and also, you know what? The immunity system go down.
Yes.
So yeah, but then yeah, what do I want? How do I want to react to this situation, and what's next?
Yeah.
And yeah.
Great. I uh, I have one question based on that chart that you show. Would you be willing to share with us one thing that you have learned in the last 30 days? Because I know you've been here for the last 30 plus days. In fact, what is one thing that you have learned through this time that you can share with us?
For me personally, what I learned that yes, I was busy and doing a lot of things, and I had planned and all that I wanted to do, but you know, this tiny virus have stopped. And when I look at it, you know, even if I have money or wealth or whatever I have, is not going to help me in this situation. It's a place where I think it's a calling for me personally. It's a calling to be home, in my own body. You know, we sometimes forget our own self. We run around and we do a lot of things. And for me, it's personally is to be in this situation. For me, what I see is really to be in myself, to look at my own life, and to be in my home. I know I'm not in my home where I can have all things around that I can say this is where I meant to be, but no, I'm here in Singapore, but still I can call it is my home. It's my second home. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, yes, it is. But nobody, I mean, everybody is a calling to be where you are. For me, it's like I feel like God has a purpose on this situation. God has called me to look at my life, look at what I'm doing, and why am I doing, what is the purpose of it, and how it has been, I mean, what we have created to the environment. And I mean, we have a lot of things going on in the nature. If you really look at today's whole world is already shut down. I mean, like, in a way, we are all very quiet. No, not many vehicles are moving. Transport is closed, only few, and the factories are closed. Probably it's a calling for us to look around our nature. We need them. We are not comfortable being home now today. We want to go out, and for me also, I feel like at the beginning I want to go out, I want to meet people, I want to talk about what I'm going to do, but then no, it's this virus is not allowing us to go out. But it's a moment for us to think, what have we been doing? We can engage with the people online, and we have a lot of ways to engage with people, but do we really enjoy that? Are we able to stay away from the nature and the human touch?
Yeah, that has been an interesting question that we've been dealing with. How do we continue to remain connected in a real way? While obviously now we have to use a lot of technology, just like how we are connecting now.
Yeah.
But how can we make sure that it remains authentic and real, and that we don't end up all being fake versions of ourselves? Now, I've got a question from Shariel actually. He's asked, speaking of learning, how did you learn to start a business?
Oh, it's through Ida.
Through Ida, okay. Maybe you can tell us a little bit more about how just very quickly, how did that happen, and what led to the starting of your business?
So while I was working here in Singapore, I was going through a very difficult time, and my employer came to me and told me, Nilu, you can restart your life, like going to a school. I was really surprised, and she actually supported me to enroll myself to IDA school. It's a school where they teach us how to financial literacy. They teach us how to start a business from the beginning, how you can save money, and in many different. I completed 2 years. So at the beginning, I did not had any idea of how I can start a business. But then going to IDA, it allowed me. I mean, it's like for me, I allow myself to go to IDA, and I gave an opportunity for me to learn again, and then that really opened a new door for me. Why not? Why not? I cannot start a new something new. So after 2 years, I was supposed to write a business plan, and I did, and I started through online testing, a free page, Natural Product by Nilu. Then that was the beginning, and it really helped me to begin a new chapter in my life.
Nice. The how did Ida? Your what is your relationship with Ida now? Because I know that you are still involved with them.
Yes, I must say that I'm one of the ambassador and for Ida, and we are good friends. I mean, all the staff, Jane and Jacqueline, and I'm participating the new program that they have for the students who are back home, returnees. So it's soon going to start, I think, somewhere in May, probably, or later in this year. So yeah, I'm going to take part of this program as well.
Nice, nice. So it's come a full circle now. You are helping and contributing to the beneficiaries at Ida.
Yes.
The
I have learned a lot from the IDA. So this is the knowledge that I'm using to teach the women in Sri Lanka. I'm not a professor, or I don't have a lot of knowledge about business, but in the same time I'm learning, and also I'm teaching. And when I'm teaching and when I'm engaging with the women, and when they go through the struggle, we work together. We work together to find the answers. So yeah, that's part of learning as well.
nice. Nilu, I wanted to ask you, as you know that, and you have probably read in the news as well. There are many domestic workers as well as migrant workers who are here in Singapore, and who are in very challenging situations as well. And everyone's trying to do their part to fight and overcome this COVID-19. But I was just wondering if you have a personal message for them or words of encouragement that you would like to share with them.
Yes, I heard it too. I know a lot of them are being home. So some of them have to work. Some of them, I mean, Sunday, like your day off, you can go out It's no longer that you could go out. And I know migrant workers who are in Singapore in a situation where it's quite widely spreading. We are praying about it. And I believe the Singapore government is trying their best to do everything. At this moment, I know you are probably at home and you are finding very hard uh, and very difficult for you to work. I'm sure you are also thinking about your home and your loved ones. And in this situation, what can we do? Really, is for me. If I was one of them, what I would do is like I will speak to my employer about how I feel. I'm sure everyone is home, even the employers are home. It's a place where everybody it's trying to adjust into the new environment in a new environment. Like you can't go out anymore. So before employers go out to work and you are home alone, probably you do all housework. Children goes to school, they come back in the evening. There was a routine, but then this routine have changed everything. So you have around the clock, probably you have to work whole day. But one thing I would say, if I was you, then I will speak to my employer and I sit down and we talk and see what are the possibilities, how we can work together in this situation. I believe they will listen to you. And if the given situation, if they are not, because we don't know what is going on their mind, and they are probably disturbed and worried, and we don't know. We really need to understand, in the same place I am, in the same place they are as well. So we have to understand each other and allow the space, in the same time find the opportunity where we can speak to each other and find a solution for the situation.
Good. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that, Nilu. And I just want to add that on the side of myself or my team at Air Amber, you can always reach out to us. We have our company hotline that you can always call or send us a message on our website or on our Facebook page. There is always someone that is ready to lend a listening ear. Now I am going to make things a bit lighter now, Nilu. And then my next question for you is a fun and easy question. My question is, would you mind sharing with us what was the last thing that you can remember that really made you laugh?
Okay, actually, in my home where I'm staying with my pastor, we do talk a lot of things that we make laugh. I mean, we laugh a lot, and I think it lightens ourselves very much. What is that greatest thing that I laugh about? That's a funny question though.
Just the last thing that really made you get into a fit of laughter.
Okay, this morning actually my pastor proposed to play two truth and one lie.
Ah.
So in this game, we had a lot of laugh because the way how we were okay. For me, the two truth was I could remember very well, and then the third one, as I'm saying, okay, you have to guess what I'm saying, and I forget. Okay, what is the third one? And then they all start laughing. Yeah, this morning that happened.
Why don't you try that with us now, Nilu? Tell us two truths and one lie, and we will try to guess.
Okay, that That's challenging. Okay. So, I would say that I ran a full marathon, and okay, I really have to think about it now.
Okay, so we got the first one, ran a full marathon. Let me try to
Uh,
let me
yeah.
try to edit to the our screen. So ran
So,
a full marathon.
and the second one, I was what I said. Um, I really have to think a lot. Okay. My mother was sick. Uh, when I was on the 8th grade, my mother was ill, and I had to stay home for 2 months. But I passed the exam. And the third one, I should say that when I was young, I used to climb guava tree to pluck the guavas.
We used to climb the guava tree, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got two truths and one lie.
Yeah.
So we'll see in the comment section if you're willing to give it a shot and guess which
First or second or third
first, second, or third, which one
is the lie.
is the lie. My guess is going to be that um, don't say the answer yet, but I think my guess is going to be that you ran a full marathon,
Okay.
and then we'll see what the rest have to say. We've
Okay.
got we've got another response in. It says number 3 is a lie. He said
Okay.
Nilu laughed so much at number 3, it must be a lie. Okay, maybe you can tell us, Nilu. So which was the
No, first one is a lie because
first?
I only did the half marathon.
You only did a half marathon, right?
Yes,
And
it was in Singapore last year. Last year, I think. Yeah.
number what? Rara Angriani also says number 1 is the lie, and second and third are truths.
Yes, second and third is truth. Yes, it's the truth.
So you did your half marathon in Singapore last year.
Yes, I did. Echo run.
Wonderful. Okay, Nilu, as we slowly wrap up this conversation, the final thing that I wanted to ask you is we talked about this a bit before. What would you like to say or share with your friends and family in Sri Lanka? I know it's a very challenging time being here in Singapore and not being able to be with them, and I just would like to know what you would like to say to them.
Mm. Uh, I know it is a very hard time. I really think about them. I do pray for them. Uh, I know some of them who are uh, daily wages workers and families who are thinking for the next day meal. And there are, I mean, everybody is in their home and hoping to go back to work and to be normal, to be back to the normal life. But if for my invitation is like, for you now, really, we have to listen and obey what the government says, and we have to work with them if we really want to end this as soon as possible. If we start going out and engaging with people, we really don't know who have this virus, and we really don't know where this virus I mean, it can be any place. It can be surface. It can be in a place where we are going to meet each other. So this moment, what the doctors and government ministers and everybody is asking for us to be home and to stay home. And so I know you we are I mean I know you are in a difficult situation, but if we really have stay home and help the government to work and in this situation, I believe it will end soon, and we will be able to go back to our normal life. But if we really start not listening and obeying what the government is requesting to us, we are limiting our. I mean, it will continue in this way. It can be for Sri Lanka. It can be the curfew can be longer, and it will extend for more longer time. In Singapore, I would say the circuit breaker will extend even longer. So yeah.
So the final message is stay home.
Stay home and don't lose your hope, because we do have a hope, and we do. You have to believe, and for me, I believe in my God, and I pray, and I mean, if you really believe and you pray, you will find the hope for the tomorrow. And yeah, staying home is the best for the now. For now, is because we have to be safe.
Great. Okay, for all of you who have stayed with us through this time, we've now come to. It's the first time that we're doing a small giveaway on this series of Welcome to My Home, and I am very happy that the first thing that we are giving away is the wonderful Nilu tea, and so let me just pull myself up here on the screen. So I don't know if you can see, but I've got boxes of Nilu tea, Earl Grey. If you can see
Mint.
this mint. I've got cinnamon, green tea. So we've got all the different flavors, all the 6 flavors in the Nilu tea lineup of flavors. And Nilu is going to be hosting this session, so
Am I?
we will do it together, don't worry. But you can respond in the comment section. The idea is that with your responses, we will send the tea to you. Unfortunately, at this time, we will only be able to send it to our audience members in Singapore and as well as in Sri Lanka, but it might take a bit more time. But whoever you are, we will private message you after that to get your details so that we can send you the tea. So, Nilu, do you have our first question for us?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What is the next plan for Nilu tea? What are we working on? Something like that.
What is the next plan for Nilu tea? Is this something that you might have mentioned just now?
Yeah, something.
So,
While they're listening.
and maybe I will also add one more question. So there are multiple boxes of tea that we want to give out today. And my next question that I would like to ask is, what is, or share with us your favorite tea memory? The last time where you had a wonderful cup of tea and you had a really good time. If you could share with us just a short snippet in the comment section, we will look at it and then we will contact you thereafter. Okay, so we've got the two questions put up there. What I'm going to do now, Nilu, is I want to share your final and practical action step that we can all take part in as we leave this broadcast. And I'm
Yes,
going
sorry.
to pull it up. So if you could share with us a little bit more of what we can do tonight or tomorrow morning as we continue in this circuit breaker period or various lockdowns all around the world.
Um, what I would like to invite you to do is, it could be the, so I wrote this to all the people who are in the hospital, hospital isolated, and they are alone, and no one can visit. They feel very lonely, but they are with COVID. So I remember them every morning and every night. So I do pray for them. And I wrote this prayer for them to know that they are not alone, to tell them that I remember them every morning. And I know I can't be physically there to say that I can come and visit you, but I want them to know that they are not alone. And we can write something as small as this kind of note, or send something if it is possible to your someone who you really love, someone who you really care. It could be for children, it can be something for your parents, the someone who is nearest in to you, since we have all the digital internet and all the facilities available online, that we could send through the online as well, to say something that you would appreciate, or you think about them, or you pray for them, or you really love them. This is a moment that you cannot be with any your loved ones, but you still can say and send something that make them feel that you are with them. So it's an invitation for me. I'm here with you, that I put the hashtag, which means that you are not alone. I'm with you. We are not physically connected, but we are connected in a way that I'm with you. So this is why I created this post.
Thank you. So as you can see in this post, Nilu writes, to all the people in the hospital, I want you to know that you are present in my prayer every day. I pray and hope you recover soon and go home to be with your family again. Praying for you to get well soon.
Yes.
So what we are encouraging everyone to do is to take some time to articulate how you're feeling and share it either in a digital graphic or create a physical card and
Take a picture and post it.
take a picture and post it. Okay, so Nilu has said it.
Yeah.
Take a picture and post it. Nilu is looking out for it. We will look out for it.
Yes.
Now, once again, I want to say a big thank you to all the people that have joined this live broadcast.
Yes. Thank you.
And
it can be one or two. I'm sorry. It can be one or many. You can write as many as you want.
yes, you can write as many as you want. And yeah, and again, share it with us. Please follow Nilu T as well on Facebook. You can also message Nilu via Nilu T on Facebook. Thank you so
Yeah.
much for taking the time to spend with us, Nilu, once again. I really hope that you will be able to be back with your family soon.
Yes,
And
that's my hope too.
and as you know, we are always excited to continue developing and growing Nilu Tea together with you. It is just a wonderful partnership that we have with you. So on that, my final comment is that our next Welcome to My Home session will be happening tomorrow, and I will be interviewing and taking you to the home of Mr. Sharil Hassan, who is the project director of Butterfly Books and also the COO of Air Amber. He is my colleague, but he was at the forefront of producing Butterfly Books. If you don't know what Butterfly Books is, please visit our website airamber.com or search it up. And he will be doing a live reading. So I'm really excited for the live reading of Little Mimi's Magic Eyes, a story about positivity in the midst of lots of negativity. And we thought that it would be nice to have such a story read out to us, and that will be happening tomorrow at 4 p.m. So thank you all for joining us today. We will see
Yep.
you again tomorrow at 4 p.m.
One more thing.
Yes, Nilu.
Don't lose your hope. Keep your faith high. When you believe in God, everything is possible.
Great. So see you and bye bye everyone.
Bye.